it's a global village and there are opportunities across the globe. It's important to harness these opportunities, leverage them to ensure that we get the very best for ourselves, for our nation, and for the world at large. And we're joined on the program by a group that is offering some of these opportunities to Nigerians who seek to study abroad. We have joining us on the program today Andy Caldwell, who's a Group Chief Commercial Officer, Oxford International Education Group, and Oliver Radburn, Regional Sales Director. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the
Good morning.
It's good to have you.
Good morning. Thank you very much for inviting me.
I bet you're enjoying the weather.
It's like being at home.
You're welcome to Lagos. But let's start from the basics. For a lot of people who are wondering, yes, we hear your title. Yes, we probably have heard about what you do, but we need to hear from you. So speak to us just briefly about yourself and what your roles are in this whole scheme of things.
Perfect. Perhaps I'll begin. So we are Oxford International. We support students from across the world in finding options to study, to enhance their careers, their future employment opportunities across different colleges and universities around the world. So we work with a number of different universities in the UK, the USA, Canada, and Australia. And I think for myself, I've been working in international education now for over a decade. And I am really passionate about wanting to help support international students, and today talking particularly about Nigerian students who are really passionate about wanting to better their lives and find education as a path to being able to do that and find more employment opportunities in today's global village.
Absolutely, and it's important to keep with the trends globally. You can't take away the passion from Nigerian students. If there's anything we love education. Oli, I want you to chime in here as well, the work that you do and how important it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And so my role is really to look after our regional teams. So we have teams based all around the globe, but my team are based here in Nigeria, looking after the West African markets. Those guys are here on the ground to make sure that students have access to people that understand the processes, understand the challenges of coming to the UK, and make it simple and streamlined and easy for students to be able to navigate those processes and challenges. So really, I come here quite often to Nigeria. It's one of my favourite places to come and visit. Everyone's so welcoming and wonderful when I come here. But what I also see at the moment is a real desire to go and explore and expand and come and study internationally.
Yeah, and so I want us to look at the impact of your outreach in Africa, because it's important to link the work you do and the real impact. That's what will really sell what you do. So perhaps you can speak to us about the impact of Oxford International's outreach in Africa. What are the stories you have?
I mean, we've got some fantastic stories of graduates who have been with our institutions across the destinations that we work with, who are coming in learning new skills, new ways of thinking. You know, the higher education system across the 4 different destinations in which we work is so very different to the education system in Nigeria, but also many countries around the world. The critical thinking, the opportunities to network with British students, but students who come from all over the world to the UK, the USA, Canada, and Australia, to build a truly global network. We've got alumni from our partner institutions who have come back to Nigeria, set up businesses using their networks that they built from British students, students in China, Indonesia, Latin America, who are building truly global businesses, but now out of Nigeria. And we have people who have actually gone onto entrepreneur visas in the UK and different countries where they're coming to study as well. There's a lot of opportunity for students, depending what they want to do. And I think where we have some of the best case studies are where we have students coming to study with us and they're really immersing themselves in the experience. And we work with institutions all around the UK, from London to Wales to Scotland, as well as the institutions that we have across the USA, Canada, and Australia. And people who really throw themselves into that experience, not just studying hard, but making the most of the opportunity to learn about the culture of the country that they're in, network, and take full advantage of the extra benefits, the extracurricular activities that universities offer in the UK and the other major destinations. That's what really helps give today's students, the students from Nigeria, the edge.
Absolutely.
In coming to find what is going to make them stand out in a very competitive employment environment.
And it's important to talk about networking. I think that's one of the things that absolutely makes education beautiful. The fact that you can think of, doing something in Europe and you have someone there. You want to do something in Canada and you have someone there. You can leverage that relationship. So speaking of networking, I want to talk about the kind of relationships that you've been able to build. Because, I mean, they say if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together. So what kind of networks have you been able to build? What kind of relationships have you been able to build? What kind of partnerships have you been able to build to drive success in this region?
Yeah, no problem. So we have a large network of recruitment partners that we work with here in West Africa that represent us and support the team that we work with. As well as that, we spend a lot of time visiting independent schools, high schools, to go and raise awareness about studying in the UK and the other destinations that we have, and to make sure all students know that these opportunities are out there, because often what we find is that there's so much information out there now, especially with access to so much on the internet, that it's hard to know what's really right for you. So we really are now able to take a very tailored approach to how we speak to people, find the right programs for them, find the right destination, and really put them into programs that will help them excel in their futures, rather than just offering a kind of a huge broad range and go, you choose something. We can really work with all of our students that we speak to and make sure that they get the right offers for them.
Fantastic. So let's talk about the opportunities now. Speak to us about some of your newly launched programs in the UK, perhaps something to excite young Nigerians out there who are thinking, what is next for me?
So I think it's a great question. So I think about the depth of institutions that we work with, and I guess we'll focus more today on the UK, because the UK is a very hot destination at the minute for Nigerian students. And whether that's undergraduate students, we have a range of different universities that we work with. We work with the University of Greenwich, De Montfort University, Edinburgh Napier University, and that's just three of many that we do work with across the country. But I think one of the most important things I'll focus on before I hand over to Ollie to talk a little bit more about some of the major areas is one of the biggest frustrations that I think many international students face, and it's definitely the case for Nigerian students, is wanting to get a quick decision. Am I eligible? Do I have the right academic criteria? Do I have the right language criteria? Do I have my personal statement correct? Is it what the university wants to see? We see our role in making that bridge complete between the student and the institution. And we've invested heavily in technology to help make the application journey really seamless. So students who are thinking about or want to go to the UK to study, whether that's a postgraduate degree, whether that's an MBA, whether that's an undergraduate qualification, actually getting a decision from a university can often be so frustrating for students. So when we're talking with students and our local partners, one of the biggest frustrations is we just want to know, am I eligible? So actually we've come up with a new system and a new platform that enables students to get really quick decisions. So students who are going onto our website, oxfordinternational.com, go to the Apply Now pages, upload their details, and they can find out on the platform that they are eligible or not. If they're not eligible, it will then make recommendations of, unfortunately, you're not eligible for this course,
but you can go
but
for
this course you are eligible for. You can apply, and then you can upload your documents. If you haven't got your documents, no problem, you can submit them later. We'll make a conditional offer, and that conditional offer will go straight to your email inbox. Instant decisions within the platform. So students can do that now. That's already live on oxfordinternational.com.
I think that's really brilliant. But you know what? It gets better on the show this morning. We're going to give you a feel of the nation's capital, Abuja, where my colleague is right there. Bukola, over to you now.
Yes, thank you, Kadi. It's quite exciting to hear what OIG is doing, particularly with its impact in Africa, where I believe it was Andy that was talking about products of the institution, taking space in the entrepreneurship space and creating outstanding businesses. But my question is for the target audience that you're speaking to, those who are eligible to apply for courses of study. There's a growing portion of that population who are beginning to rethink the relevance of education and, preferring to take up skills or, become content producers after they leave secondary school. I'd like you to speak to them about the importance and the difference, that the OIG will make in their lives.
Yeah, absolutely, no problems at all. And I think what's great about our programs is really there's no age limit. So students, you typically consider a student 18 to 21. And that is a big part of the demographic of students that we recruit. But at the same time, mature students are becoming a lot after years in work, trying to get further skills so that they can further their careers. So we do have lots of mature students coming in to do masters with us, study MBAs, and because we have such a wide range of programs available, there's always something that we can find that would be suitable to help people progress in their careers.
And I think I would just add, I think I'll just quickly add, modern day skills are critical. Lots of today's youth are throwing themselves into creating content. It's a great way of being able to find business opportunities and work with brands to build revenue in today's modern era. But being able to get the critical thinking that higher education provides is still absolutely critical. And one of the key topics that we find when talking with students is actually they're thinking about their return on investment. What are they getting from higher education? And the employment outcomes that universities give. So we think about what universities, what our partners are focused on, is not just giving students an excellent experience whilst they're at university, but it's about the lifelong partnership that they build with that institution post-graduation. The alumni experience, the employment support, skills are absolutely critical. But what is also critical is what the students learn in their critical thinking, their ability to challenge one another, engage in debate, and being able to think differently. That is what higher education will always provide.
Instructive. I wonder if that is the same thinking in other parts of Africa where you're also recruiting from, and you might want to also add, talking to us about the partnerships that you're forming, to encourage an appetite for higher education in those other regions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have teams based in East Africa and Kenya, in Southern Africa and Zimbabwe as well. So we really do expand our network right the way across Africa to make sure that we reach as many international students as possible. I think what we find with West Africa is the demand is significantly higher, but what we also find is Nigerian students are some of our best and brightest. They progress very, very well in our programs, perform extremely well throughout their university careers, and we've had quite literally hundreds of students now come through and find really great roles in a wide variety of industries following on from studying with us.
I was going to say flattery will get you far, Ollie, but it's actually true. Nigerian students do great. Now, we see that across the board. As we wind down, there is a lot of competition for African and Nigerian students. It's like the beautiful bride. Everybody wants to be the husband. Even from within, there's a lot of competition. So what are you offering? What is Oxford International offering that is different, that you think is different?
So let me begin by going back to my earlier point around wanting to give students the best experience. And that starts from the very beginning. If a student's applying to a university or an institution, and that institution is not even responding to them in a reasonable amount of time, that's not helpful for the student. So what do Oxford International do? Like I said, we now have a platform that enables students to get an instant decision. Where am I eligible to go? So that's now available on oxfordinternational.com. Students can go there, apply and find out what are they eligible for and get a conditional offer straight in their inbox. So that's number one. Number two, we know that finances are always a critical issue across the continent, particularly, of course, here in Nigeria. Now, of course, the Naira is becoming much more favourable to the pounds. That is making opportunities for study abroad a bit more financially easy. However, scholarships are still an important decision, are still an important factor in making a decision on not just the destination of study, which country, but which institution, which course. We do have a range of scholarships available, particularly for Nigerian students, whether that's undergraduate level or postgraduate level, to make sure that actually we are increasing access to higher education for students here in Nigeria. And the other thing I would add is flexibility in being able to pay.
There you go.
So I already knew your next question before you asked.
That is usually seller. But you talk about the website and would like people to see the QR code for people who want to just scan and register right now, or just explore what you have. So that's the QR code. Just get your phone, scan it, get access to all of the great things that Oxford International is promising. You can do that right away. And final thoughts. We have about 30 seconds to close on this. Final thoughts.
So my final thought is just on payment plans.
Yeah.
Flexibility on payment. Students, many of our partners can pay over 7-8 payments throughout the year. So students who are thinking about, can I afford studying abroad? The answer is predominantly yes. We're here to welcome Nigerian students into the UK as well as the US, Canada and Australia. I'd encourage everyone to use that QR code. If you missed it, head on over to oxfordinternational.com and so you make your applications. We look forward to welcoming you.
Andy, thank you for your time, as well as Ollie. It's good to have you in Nigeria. We hope you enjoy all of your time and food and the rest. Thank you for your time. Wish you the very best.
Thank you. Thank you for yours.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. The QR code, you can always rewind if you want to scan it or just visit the website. But that's where we draw the curtains on the show today. Thank you for being a part. I'm Kayode Okikiolu.
Don't forget, Sunrise Daily is up next. Join us again tomorrow and all through the week. I am Bukola Koka.